Hello, and welcome to the episode of Todd Talk. When Todd Talks, people listen, hopefully. And here we are at yet another reaction video for yet another death battle that has just come out. Cable versus Booster Gold, and I won. Yeah, back in the winning streak column. I have now redeemed myself from the gray S death insanity that befell us. But here we are. Yes, Booster Gold won. I am back in happy spirits, and I was worried for a little bit because they were hyping up Cable pretty good. And I gotta give thanks for thanks is due to my friend Black Lightning. I felt my loyal subscriber. He warned me that how OP Booster Gold was, and once I took a look at their breakdowns of the wikis you sent me, Black Lightning, it made it abundantly clear that yeah, Booster had it, and I'll admit, I mean, again, Cable is an Omega level mutant, and he had the power to like crush worlds, technically move stars, fight the Silver Surfer, which I didn't find for whatever reason, and more. But Booster, with his OP tech and all of his fights, is just better. And the question of the Waverider was brought up a lot by people in my prediction video, among other things, and it's funny that he technically didn't need Waverider, though I guess they could have summoned him. It's one of those complicated things about comics because technically Waverider is Booster Gold, but Booster Gold was the second incarnation of Waverider. The first one died. So it was more of a question of would he need to summon him or could he summon him, et cetera, et cetera. And they actually mentioned it in the death battle in one of their Q boxes at the top. So that kind of signaled to me that they weren't going to use Waverider, which is fine. Which is fine because again, Booster didn't really need it. So as for the death battle itself, I thought it was very, very fun. The voice actors were hilarious and everything. I loved the one of a Booster. I love Booster Gold's voice actor. He was appropriately cocky, while Cable's was appropriately gritty and grim. I set this up while you were roadkill. It's like, what's that? Oh, I also want to make a special note. I never saw the Smallville episode where they had Booster Gold, but the guy they had to play, like just in the few clips I saw, clearly was perfectly cast for Booster Gold. So that's very impressive. And again, that was before the Arrowverse. So yeah, props to the Smallville casting department. But yeah, the battle was fun. I like the time traveling element. Did you just punch me into next week or a million next week? So then, of course, you gotta have Cable riding a dinosaur. What is that? Oh gosh! And then when Booster summoned all of his you know selves from the past, I love that. I was waiting for that to happen because I knew it had to. And then the time stopping where he was like wailing away and doing no damage. It's perfectly Booster Gold. Um, yeah, it was fun, and I'm like, they do a really good job of playing it back and forth and saying who's gonna win and how, and yet for some of them you can kind of tell how it's gonna go. And a great example of this is great at and S Death because the moment that he used Lost Ice Shell, you knew he was gone because even if he had somehow hit Esteth with it, he's dead. So it would have been kind of like an All Might guy situation. But so you knew that Esteth was gonna win there. But with this one, when he's doing like the whole, I must turn off my force field, you're like, wait a minute, is Cable strong enough? Because it stated that a strong enough telepath can do it. But you had to wonder, was he's stronger than Maxwell Lord technically? It's or Starro. So yeah, it was good stuff. The battle was very, very fun. I very much enjoyed it, and I was happy to be right, and I was happy to be wrong because again, initially I thought that Cable was going to win. Cable is the more hardened warrior. He technically has more experience, even though they both are time travel warriors. He has a lot more, I guess, versatility in terms of his weaponry, but that didn't really matter for Booster Gold. And the thing that I really appreciated was that at the end, Wiz explained that in the nature of death battle, it's easy to overlook things because of personalities, which is exactly what I did. I remember that Booster Gold was an idiot. All right, I've only read a few comics of Booster Gold, including the recent Tom King Batman stories, where Booster Gold is basically schizophrenic and is trying to alter time to make Batman happy. And of course, I remember the Justice League episode, "The Greatest Story Never Told," I didn't know about his time with Rip Hunter and going through the time stream and leading the JLI in one case and choosing to be the greatest hero you never heard of. I didn't know about all that. So all I knew was, his time in like the animated series and in recent comics where he's portrayed as like the greatest idiot you've always heard of. And so I liked how he said that, it's very easy to say that, a gritty, hardened warrior is always going to beat an idiot, a prideful, egotistical idiot. But when it comes to death battle, personalities only count in certain instances and only if it doesn't directly affect the battle. I'm trying to think of a good example, like Goku Superman. That's a great example. Goku Superman. Superman would naturally go light on Goku early, and because he doesn't want to kill him. And Goku would not use kryptonite, all right, because that would be cheating. He doesn't want to win that way. He wants a pure victory. So of course he would destroy the kryptonite because Goku wouldn't want to use it. So like that's a case where personality matters in a death battle, right? Because it answers a question. Whereas here, yes, Booster would, play around and he'd like not be sure of what Cable is exactly. But the moment things get serious, he realizes like, oh, this guy's gonna kill me. Of course, he's gonna protect himself. He's gonna do whatever he can to win. And that's the other thing is like if you remove the personalities and just put them in a death battle, who's gonna win based on tech alone? And that's Booster Gold. And the crushing of him. Like, I wasn't sure how they were going to do it. I mean, I was thinking Waverider would show up, or they would do, like, what they had teased with the whole million Booster Golds, just, like, onslaughting Cable. But I like this one better. It's like, oh, I didn't lose it. I gave it to you. Gosh. I'm definitely going to have to watch that again. But yeah, very, very fun, very, very unique death battle. And Ben has noted that he really actually loved and hated doing this death battle because he's a Cable fan. And and that was like a real big hint that Cable was not going to survive this. And I look forward to the next Death Battle cast to see more in-depth talk about, the research for Booster Gold and how they determined that Booster would beat Cable and all that. So, next time on Death Battle! A matchup of legends, a matchup of masters, a matchup of mentors. Hello there. Yes, it is Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Kakashi. Yeah, we're going right back to Naruto. It's only been 6 or 7 episodes, depending on how you count it, between Might Guy and All Might. So yes, we're going right back into Naruto. It's awesome. And this is actually the first Star Wars character since Darth Vader. Yeah. We've only had Luke in season 1. He went up against Harry Potter. And then they had Darth Vader versus Doctor Doom, in which Doctor Doom won. Luke beat Harry Potter, for the record. So this is only our 3rd Star Wars character. I know, right? So it's going to be interesting. I'm not going to make a judgment on this because, I mean, you can make an argument for both sides because you got the ninja skills of Kakashi, but you also got the Force. And as we've seen, the Force is mighty, but so is ninja magic and everything. So it's really a question of whose skills and whose experience and whose, I would even argue personality will allow them to persevere and win. So I'm going to do my research, and I will let you know in our next prediction video who I think will win. So with that, I'm ending this episode of Todd Talk. What did you think of Booster Gold versus Cable? Did you enjoy it? Did you get the right? Did you pick correctly? There you go. And what do you think about Obi-Wan versus Kakashi? Are you excited for that? Do let me know. So, thank you for watching. If you made this far, I know you were listening, and I'll see you around.